All right. We are back with episode 40, y'all.
All
Um,
right.
Pretty excited. How about you, Kevin?
Yeah. 40 is a good milestone. You figure we started it this year and 52 weeks in a year, and we took a couple off weeks, things like that. We're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
Not doing too bad. But
Um, I'm happy where we're at. And we're definitely getting back to um the original OG type of stuff, but we have a little bit of differences coming up. Our spilling the beans section will be um, on please help me
kind of
out.
like some pop
Thank you.
culture, or
Pop culture.
some news that's out there. Doesn't
Yeah.
have to be voice. Yeah.
Nope. It doesn't always have to be voice. Just some news that we saw and we like to share with you all. Uh, and then our getting into our um, meaningful conversations will then uh, have something to do with voice.
Mm.
Uh, and then um, and then I noticed you just added something. Uh, bean, we're
Oh,
going to
sorry.
do a bean taste test, which we have a couple of skills we're going to try out. It's been a
Okay.
while since we've done this live, so we'll see if it's working. I had it pulled up, but it's right now so far not working. Um, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. So, jumping into pop culture news, I have some kind of bad news. Well, first
Yeah.
let me ask: were you a Power Rangers fan, Will?
Okay. The OG, yes.
Like Mighty
This,
Morphin? Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Uh, Definitely was. I was sad to see this as well.
Hmm.
Um, oh, you can continue.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So
I'm trying
yeah,
to.
so growing up, I was a big Power Rangers fan, right? Because I was
Mhm.
right in that demographic. I was right at the age where I was throwing punches and I was doing the karate chops and I was doing all the cool
Nice.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like all the toys and the merchandise that was marketed directly at me. Like not my age, but right at me. That
Yeah,
was my
for
thing.
sure.
And so I grew up watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I didn't know anything about like the Japanese history or Super Sentai, whatever stuff, but the Mighty
Hmm.
Morphin Power Rangers is what I grew up on. And like the Red Ranger and all the colors and everything. And I'm watching the show and everything. And then all of a sudden, the Green Ranger pops up, the evil Green Ranger. And I'm like, oh no, my poor Red Ranger. He's done for because he's just getting wiped out
Hmm.
because the Green Ranger was just so cool. He had the golden shield thing and all this stuff. But the actor who played him, Jason David Frank, actually just passed away
Yeah.
last week, and it I didn't follow the conventions and all the stuff, all the tours. I
Same.
mean, he was still touring, going through all the Comic Cons, and he had a cameo in the 2017 movie, the Power Rangers movie. Then he had like a little cameo piece in there.
Nice.
Um, so he was still with it. He was still doing martial arts. He has a martial arts academy or dojo that he had. Um, he was a UFC fighter as well. So like he was still in the game,
Hmm.
in the he was a Power Ranger. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I guess just some mental health issues. I think it was confirmed that it was suicide, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's unfortunate that It happens, but I grew up watching him, and I didn't watch, and I haven't, but I might go back. It depends. We'll get into this in a second. Some of the later series or seasons,
Hmm.
even, um, and actually they're kind of new series as well, like Beast and whatever.
Yep.
But he has roles in those as well. So he reprised his
Wow.
Power Ranger thing. And when I was digging into this a little bit more, he's the only one that could use the Master Morpher. And now we're getting into like nerd geek culture here, but uh,
Nice.
he could use all the Power Ranger abilities. Like he was the only one that could use this Master Morpher and whatnot. And later on, he became a professor of paleontology.
Hmm.
Because the dinosaur
Yeah.
aspect of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is so cool.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, really great guy. Never had the opportunity to meet him or anything, but by every account, even before he passed away, said just great guy, top notch. So unfortunate, but
Yeah, it
that was
was.
a little bit of some news, downer news, I guess.
Hmm.
But did you have any pop culture news, Will? Anything exciting popping up?
I didn't. Nothing that. No,
No
I
worries.
haven't
No
really
worries.
been. Uh, with it really since Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Although I mean, it's kind of like pop culture. I did get to go see a play, uh, uh, and the
Okay.
play was Elf,
Nice. Nice.
the old Will Ferrell movie. They made
Right.
it into
Right.
a play, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I was if it's playing near you, I would go see it.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen it live. I did know that it's been touring,
Okay.
but I didn't see it. Pittsburgh would be the biggest city
Hmm.
closest to me where I could catch it if it comes that direction.
Yeah,
But
and I did
there's
see it
something to
in
be said
Detroit.
for that.
So
Okay. Okay. There's something to be said about like live action plays and theater and stuff. It's always a unique experience and
oh
really
yeah,
does well.
and
How long was it?
uh, it was really great for a family play as well. Because not all
Perfect.
plays are meant for families, but this one was definitely geared towards families. So
Nice. Nice. How long was it? About 2 hours or a little
yeah,
longer, or a little
yep,
less?
about two
Okay.
hours.
That's about right. That works.
Hmm.
Well, cool. Cool. Well, some of the other things that we had to talk about, um, jumping into kind of a meaningful conversation, is that last week on the 22nd, you were kind of a miniature celebrity here, Will. You were
Kind
on
of,
Alexa office hours. Yeah. Yeah. Like
yeah,
a developer spotlight, right?
yeah,
How was it?
for sure. It was. I was so stressed, not stressed out, but maybe a little stressed out. I was like all clammy and stuff. I don't know
Like,
why,
like
because
nervous?
yeah, nervous. Maybe that's more of
Yeah.
it. I was, we do this every week, and I've been streaming since 2020, so you'd think I would get used to it. But it is
Right.
different, like when you're in front of a different group of people. And also, I was with Jeff, so
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was great. I loved it. Uh, I was actually happy I could help on a question. So
Right.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, I was. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to catch it live like I wanted to. Some work stuff
I
popped up.
was waiting for the all the questions, but
Oh,
I didn't see any.
I was gonna be just ripping into it. I was gonna be like, "What's your favorite color?" Oh, what do you think about the state of pickles in the United States at the moment, or like anything I could do. But some work stuff came up. I couldn't jump on, so I had
Yeah,
to catch it after the fact. But
makes sense.
it was
Makes
really good.
sense.
It was really good. I liked it. I liked it. You
Good.
you, you couldn't tell. and that's part of it is you can't tell you were nervous or anything. It's just
I do
comes
play it
across
pretty
natural,
cool.
chill, super chill. But yeah, it
Uh,
was a good experience for you then, I guess, huh? You got
yeah, for
to talk
sure.
a little bit about things on your side
Hmm.
and whatnot. So
Yeah,
if
it
you had the
definitely was.
opportunity,
I wish there was more time. Uh,
always,
just
always.
to talk more stuff about Alexa and
Mhm.
voice development and APL. We didn't even touch really on APL at all. And it's like one of
Right.
my favorite things to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, um, it was fun.
So if you had the opportunity, would you do it again?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Good. Good.
sure.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, like we had Jeff on Voice Spark Live last year, or no, this year, the beginning of
Hmm.
this year, in
Yes.
January, February. Um, so maybe we have to have him on between two beans next
There
year,
you
huh?
go. We'll see what his schedule's like. Yeah, that'd be
I
pretty
know,
cool.
I know he is on the same time zone as you, so
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
can be
So I think
sometimes late for some people, but
yeah, yeah, but it'd be something neat. Maybe we'll run it by him, see what he thinks.
mm-hmm,
But yeah, speaking of voice and kind of office hours and things, I came across an article today. Actually, today I came across this article, and it's kind of scary to me a little bit. I think you know that the tech field is very dynamic and changes quickly, right? So not only like Twitter's taking the big news right now as
mm-hmm,
far as all that jazz going on over there. And also I've been reading a lot about there's some pretty significant tech layoffs. There's some economy things that indicators that people are tightening up a little bit, um, cutting back on some things that they don't really need or that businesses feel are not profitable or do not need resources put towards. And I'm reading, and I found this in multiple places, that Amazon's cutting back on some AWS components, as well as Alexa. The Alexa division's taking a pretty big hit. And I I haven't seen anything through social media channels or anything like that come across from anybody that I follow saying there's been these issues. But there's an article by The Verge, and Axios is another news article or news source
mm-hmm,
here, that's just saying that. Uh, so I'm reading through the article here. So Google really decided to scale back their Google Assistant
mm-hmm,
earlier this year,
right,
and we really haven't seen much development in the way of Siri for the Apple devices.
mm-hmm,
Um, I've been trying to keep my ear to the ground on Bixby, and there's some routine type of work that's been done lately, but even that seems to have kind of stagnated a little bit. There haven't been these new features added. It's just been improvements to what's existing. As far
mm-hmm,
as I know, I haven't dug too much into the Bixby side of it. But Alexa being the dominant voice assistant or voice technology out there, um, it's kind of concerning to see people being quoted saying, it was a colossal failure of imagination and a wasted opportunity that it was on track to lose up to $10 billion in 2022.
Mm,
And I see a little bit of where they're coming from, because the article also states that Alexa, oops, be careful with my devices. I made sure they were off before I started. But uh, Alexa devices were not originally intended, and I don't know how true or whatever this is, but they weren't originally intended to be what they are today with skill development and
mm,
kind of reminders and what's the weather and all this. They were more in mind to get you to buy something from Amazon.
mm-hmm.
That's what it was. And it's kind of like convenience stores with gas stations attached to them.
Yeah.
They really, really resisted putting a debit card reader or whatever on them, because gas, buying gas was to get you into the store to
Right.
buy those things. And I, to be completely honest, I feel like I've seen this trend. I feel like skill developers have kind of tapered off a little bit. I feel like unless you are really ingrained into the community, people aren't talking about voice tech like they were 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
or even a year ago. Um, Everybody gets real excited though at Alexa Live. Some of the announcements that even now AWS reInvent that tie into some of this,
Mm-hmm.
people are excited. They like to get something new and shiny that's coming down the line. But I mean, have we heard of? Let's take an example on this, Will. And it's a little bit of comparing. I was going to say apples to oranges or whatever, but the Apple App Store,
Yeah.
right, or Apple Store, whatever it's called. You've read stories and you've heard of developers like Flappy Bird and uh, Angry Birds. Why am I stuck on birds? But um, uh, all these like indie apps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or that get bought out by a big studio, or something like Wordle,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even that. Where has that been for Alexa skills? Can
I
you
mean,
think?
there has been, but the thing is, there isn't that many big giants out there.
Uh-huh. Right.
You can probably there's probably five
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
compared to other software, other venues.
Mhm.
So it is in a niche, and I think it will always be a niche. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
what I don't understand when I've heard this what you were talking about, that the Alexa is gonna lose 22 something 22 million or whatever. Uh, what what are they losing that on? Is it their service? Is their service costing Amazon that amount of money? If so, you'd think they'd be able to scale it back or scale something to make it use less money. And you would have seen this at the beginning of the year
Right.
because they're
Right.
Amazon. They can see the trends of
Yeah.
everything a year ahead of the time. So
Mhm.
I don't get it. I just don't get where these costs are coming from. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, or if maybe they're not even true. Maybe they're just like um, I don't know,
Right. Right.
trying to get
I
us
mean,
talking about it. But I don't
yeah.
think it's going away yet. I still think they have a gas in their tank. Uh,
Mhm.
and I think it's going to go on for a couple more years at
Yeah.
least. If
Yeah.
not, further. So I do agree with you about the less developers,
Mhm.
but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Less competition, Um,
Well, that's part of it as far as like you said, maybe there's five big players in the Alexa skill space. We'll,
mhm.
we'll say I don't know. I'd love to see some numbers, and if I dug hard enough, I could probably find
Yeah.
some, which is great because that gives a, a small team or an individual developer an opportunity to get a slice of the pie, right?
Hmm.
And it, or yeah, you come up with a great idea, something like Wordle or let's take Space Marauders, right? Space Marauders, fantastic game, has so much potential that if people used it and then it got bought by a AAA studio or
Hmm.
something like that, like that would be pretty
One
cool
A,
if
a
that's what
single A studio,
single,
I'd be
yeah, single.
happy with.
But yeah, you see what I'm saying
No,
is
I do.
these types of players are just not there. Like, yeah, I can order a Domino's pizza through my device, but I never have.
Mhm.
And I really don't buy things I don't buy physical, tangible items through my Alexa devices. I'll buy in skill purchases, but I don't buy paper towels, and I
Yeah,
feel like I need to see that visual more efficiently.
yeah,
Like when I do it through a web browser or even my phone interface, I feel like it's much more efficient, or I can get to what I need a little bit quicker or drill down a little bit better
yeah.
than I can through an Alexa device. Because I've tried to buy some things through it before, and I have. I shouldn't say I've never, but it's just seems to be a better experience web version than voice sometimes. If that's what Amazon's wanting to, if that's where they're going to recoup their costs, or that's what they want to push to
Yeah.
make themselves money, profits, whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
So, uh, I agree with you with the voice, buying voice. I have to see it. So on my show device, if I see it on my show device, I'd be
Mhm.
maybe more inclined to buy it. So like
Yeah.
if I had let's say a my Space Marauder T-shirt um,
Mhm.
available on my skill, and I said, "Do you want to buy the T-shirt?" And it shows the picture of the T-shirt on your show or on your Fire TV or whatever like that.
Right.
That might actually get more people to buy it. But if you're just saying it, you know, no, I,
Mhm.
I don't know what this T-shirt is. Why would I? Why would I want to buy it? you
Right.
know?
And it's different even from using like alt text, on a screen
Yeah.
reader application. It's not even like you could do it that way
No.
either because you get your device saying white t-shirt with uh cowboy on logo da 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 da,
Yeah.
with block letter titling. Like it's very difficult to
Yes.
kind of do.
Yeah, exactly. So, what I think they really need to do is better their shopping experience as a whole.
Okay.
Amazon was really great at the beginning, but then they started this third party stuff. And
Right.
like not everything is Prime and all that kind of stuff. They got away
Mhm.
from their core selling. And I think if they had more of that, they would have um, better customer experience and more people buying. So that's just my thought.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does. I think that I think something needs to spark a little bit
Mm-hmm.
the platform maybe. Um, I thought, I mean, there are like Disney's in everything right now, and Disney's a big name. I really feel like they could do something maybe if they really wanted to. I don't know. Just because they have so much influence, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tricky topic, that's for sure. Just something that I came across with that article. I am fixing my. There we go. It's just that I came across that article that was very doom and gloom,
Mm-hmm.
and it made me concerned that, like, are we tightening things up, which is to be expected during certain times,
Mm-hmm.
but is it really as bad as like the doom and gloom articles are saying?
So, um, Jeff kind of touched this last week. Um, that they had a lot of layoffs, but a lot of them were going into different departments. So they were still staying with Amazon, but just in different departments.
Right.
Uh, but there was still layoffs though.
Mhm.
So that's great to hear. Um, and my other uh, point on why. Um, maybe I got this from Jeff. I don't know, or maybe I made it up myself. I don't know, but uh, the big tech companies hire for um, uh, for ideas. They hire
Okay.
people to get spark ideas, and once those ideas are running dry, um, then they aren't as useful.
Okay.
So then they try to move them around, but then if you can't be moved around, they just lay you off.
Hmm.
Um, so that could have to do with something as well. Um,
Potentially, yeah. Yeah.
they're I forget what the word I was trying to look for, but um, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so that
So it's
that
not
could be.
really, so in your opinion, your perspective, it's not really a concern. It's just a natural, normal
Yes,
progression, ebb and flow kind of thing of the tech
large
environment.
tech companies.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that helps put my
Um,
mind at ease a little bit.
yeah, we see it a lot everywhere. Yeah, Twitter, but that's a whole different
That's a whole,
thing.
yeah, that's a whole other
Can of
thing. Well,
worms.
yeah.
We don't have 5 hours to talk about that. So we're not going to talk about that. But anyways, um, yeah.
Well,
So
so my last question with this would be: have you seen decreased traffic? Have you seen user engagement kind of peak or valley or anything? Um, the one thing that caught my attention in that article was that from 2020 it was like this value, and then 2021 voice usage actually dropped, according to the article, which linked to another article that was let me find who it was. It was voice something something. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Voice bot research showed that
Oh yeah, yeah,
fewer,
yeah.
and
Voice bot.
this is Americans.
Yep.
Fewer Americans used voice assistants in 2021 compared with 2020.
Hmm.
Which, was that COVID related? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
But
not sure either.
yeah.
So, um, excuse me. For Cards of Wonder, it definitely has changed. Um,
Okay.
uh, like I'm just doing a quick look here
Mhm.
from October to November. Um, so maximum average over the last 2 months was 27, but in this last month was 18
Okay.
on average players per day. And then the like a year ago, uh, average player per day would be around 50.
Okay.
So, or maybe it wasn't a year ago. Maybe it was this year. Maybe it was the beginning of this year. Um,
Okay.
so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's has to do with, I don't know what that is. But that's my most played game. My other games it's just too little to count or to figure out. So I couldn't really tell you, even though
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
couldn't tell you on that one either. But
Yeah. I didn't mean to be all doom and gloom. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. It
yeah,
kind of caught my eye because I'm seeing a lot of this kind of cutbacks and layoffs and things like that. But it's just part of the times, I guess, that
yeah.
we're in. So, but
So
speaking,
Oxygen
what's that?
Box says how many developers are actually profiting off skill development. I have no idea.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at. Sorry, I didn't have the chat up today, but that's kind of what I was getting at was, are developers making money? I mean, you could do an iOS app, um, and do some in-app purchases. Let's say it's a photography app, right? Like uh, a simple thing that would have some slight editing or something to it, or prompts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And and then you could unlock advanced filters or something like that with in in app purchases, and people buy them. People scarf those types of things up
Mm-hmm.
or what have you. I don't really know that I see a lot of that with skill purchases. Even simple things that I do, like every day, I'd use my device to check the weather. Hey, what's the weather? And I was using I was using a skill that had an in skill purchase for more detailed information, like the barometric pressures and down to the minute reporting or
Mm-hmm.
notifications or something for severe weather alerts. But I never went forward with it.
Yeah.
Um, I just I had no need or what have you, I guess. But Oxygen Box is right. I'd love to know who's profiting, and is it big teams? I don't know. I don't even know that big teams would have too much of a profit either. Um, I'm trying to
Yeah,
think of some of these big name
I'm
skills
guessing
that I've
that
seen.
some of the bigger ones do make some like the forget the sleep sounds
Hmm.
and question of the day, those kind of bigger players. Um, I'm guessing they make some decent monthly transactions, but who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
He also said if people could turn a profit, they would be developing for the platform. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the time that it takes to develop a skill, the assets that you need, the resources, those types of things, the hosting, all of that. I mean, that adds up. And
Mm-hmm.
any marketing that you need to get into,
Yep.
any branding, all of that, it adds up cost wise. And I mean, I know that Amazon had really shifted that balance in the developer's favor as
Mm-hmm.
far as percentages and things, but I'm not sure that it's had too much of an effect just yet. Maybe.
Yeah. I, I say look quarter one next year.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think we'll see some movement on that kind of stuff, but
yeah,
who knows though? Don't
yeah. We'll
quote
see.
me.
It's already done. It's on the internet, the web. You're you'll be the first source now.
Yeah. But
But
anyways, let's move
yeah,
on
yeah.
to
Something else here.
taste test.
Yeah. So while you
Oops.
bring it up here, I came up with
Actually,
these two. Oh, sorry.
we're not going to bring it up.
No worries. No worries.
Uh
Um,
oh, wait, I lied. It's working. Are you there, Kevin? Okay. So, yes, Kevin did oops, dang it.
there we go.
Did um bring these up.
So I came
Oh,
up
there
with
you are.
those. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. My camera cut out. One of those glitchy things. So I've been into photography recently, and I put out a YouTube video with my first experience with that, and thought it was kind of neat. But it made me want to look at if there were any photography skills out there, and I came up with two. One was a daily photography challenge, like it would give you a prompt,
Mm-hmm.
and well, actually, they both kind of did the same thing, but they did it in different ways. So eventually, when we get that up and running, maybe we'll demo those. But it was kind of a neat concept, and it kind of does work very well with voice because if I'm going to go out, let's say I have an hour to on my lunch or something like that, I could say, give me a photography prompt, and it would say, okay, take a picture of a house, and then I could go out and set up a composition and get a really good shot. So I think that I would use something like that. But
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so I do have it working.
Oh,
We'll give it a try.
cool.
I forgot already. Ask photography prompts for inspiration. Okay. Ask photography prompts for inspiration.
Hmm, I found a few skills that might help. Do you mean photography? Tips?
Open photography prompts skill.
Okay, here's photography prompts. Your prompt is apple pie.
Okay. Another prompt.
I can't hear it. I'm not sure if Twitch can or anything.
Yes, I think so. Open photography prompts skill.
It's natural for you to want to know where you came from.
Okay.
Your prompt is
You weren't.
stargazing.
There was like a scary movie playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, what the
Huh.
heck is going on? Uh, Mark of the Witch was playing. It was just
Interesting.
the trailer, but still, it's like that's
Wow.
not what I
Oh.
opened. Oh my gosh! So this is what I do not like about these type of skills. A, it's a blueprint. It doesn't
Yeah.
say it's a blueprint, but I'm pretty sure it's a blueprint.
Uh-huh.
If it's not a
It's
blueprint, it's pre-blueprints, and it
Orphaned the way
was.
everyone would
Oh
like
my
you
gosh!
to leave. Your mother abandoned you.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you
my
can
my
kind of tell.
thing is playing again. Sorry
Mhm.
about that. But anyways,
You can kind of tell with those blueprints because there's not a lot of randomization or kind of additional functionality. It's very cut and dry. So,
also it didn't ask me if I want another prompt.
oh, that's not good.
So I
That's
don't like that. It just closed down. It gives you your prompt and then like
mm,
boop done.
yeah,
So
that's
I
no
I
good.
don't like those type of ones, but
Mhm.
that's my own personal opinion. And I'm pretty sure I've actually tried this one before.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
Um.
Yeah.
Okay. For some odd reason,
So maybe I just need to go make my
they
own.
disabled that skill now. Okay, this is called photography challenge.
Mhm.
Okay, photography challenge. Open photography challenge.
Okay, here's the photography challenge.
Day 1. Today's photography challenge is to take your own self portrait. Play with angles and lighting to see what looks good and what looks bad. Come back tomorrow for your next daily photography challenge.
Oh, okay, this is good. So I know you can't hear it, so I'll just do a brief overview. It said, your photography challenge today is self portrait. Take some pictures of yourself and from different angles or blah, 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 and come back tomorrow for your next photography challenge.
Nice, nice.
So that one did well.
Mm.
Um, I was happy with that. But once again, it just closed out. So, and there wasn't any visuals. Um,
Oh, really?
the other one had at least words on the screen.
The basics, which I think that does come from blueprints as well.
Yeah,
I think you get that transcript there.
I agree.
So, cool.
So, if I was really looking into photography stuff, I would look at this one here, the photography challenge by Raspberry Mills. Um, I don't think I'll ever use it, but
Yeah.
I mean, for you, hey, give it a try, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of neat.
You want me to share your link, by the way?
Uh, yeah, if you don't mind, that's great. Yeah, pretty cool.
I grabbed it from Slack. So I just shared his YouTube channel and his first YouTube video. So check it out on his trek through a park
Yep. Yeah, the Ghost Town
trail
Trail.
trail
Yeah, Ghost Town Trail.
ghost town trail.
Yeah, and if you think I ramble here, you'll be surprised with how much I ramble there too. So,
Nice.
but yeah, it was a good time. I appreciate you sharing that for me. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So I liked getting back into these skill reviews, skill tries. This was great.
Mhm.
Um, for you out there watching, let us know if there's some skill that you really want us to try out, if it's your own or a friend's or just one that you found out.
Sure.
Leave us a message in our YouTubes down below the video or on Twitch. I'm not on Twitter anymore. You can find the Tales of Old on Twitter, but I try to keep that separate than my streaming. But you can still ping me. So PM me, not ping me. Um, but let's get into the last segment, or unless you have anything else to say about that.
No, that was all I had. I mean, it's nice that we're gonna keep jumping back into some skills. So, but yeah, our last segment is
Oh, dang it.
just our beans of the week. We
Bean of the week. I had
Yep.
it already up. I'm not really good at this. This changing the banner. um.
Yeah. So
So
you had something this week, pretty cool,
I
I
did
think.
have something. Um. It is not a personal link or anything, but this is where I get all my loops from when I make my music.
Okay.
I'm not a huge musician, but I love making music with loops because I can actually make music then with loops. So this has really helped out a lot, and there's still a lot of stuff on sale right now. I just bought some. I have too much now almost, uh, but it's great. I love it. I also bought all the commercial prop. So I have the rights to use any of these loops in any of my songs. Um, Otherwise, if you're just doing it for your personal reasons, you can just use any the personal loops.
Yeah.
Um, there's also I use this thing called Music Maker.
Okay.
A Music Maker. Oh, I don't know why I just opened it. I didn't mean to open it. Hopefully that doesn't screw up my audio. Because it usually does. It only likes my its own audio,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Well, I'm
it
seeing some
eats up a
really
lot of
cool.
memory. But it is great for making music with. Also, I believe you can get a free version, so
Okay.
you can start making music today because you get I think you get also get some free samples as well to mess around with. So
Right. Right.
uh, yeah, magic magic magics uh, actually, oh, there's a update. Okay, but anyways, Magix has uh, also the that owns this Producer Planet website as well. So you might see stuff for that music maker on this Producer Planet. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Uh,
Nice.
it's a great place to get that good deals and
Yeah,
get
I'm seeing
loops.
some really good sales. Even the whole, Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff, like they're still going on till the 4th of December. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fantastic if you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
look for something here. Something that's 2.99 is 68 cents. 17 $18 is, $14 now. Like there's some really good stuff here.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, up to 80% off. That's fantastic. That's cool.
So, you what do you got for us?
Well, since I was doing this photography hobby,
Hmm.
my kind of my niche is landscape or forest or wilderness photography. So I'm out in the elements. I'm not, inside taking portraits or anything like that. So I'm also trying to hold myself more accountable and learn more things. And that's what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. And so I wanted something that I could get some B-roll footage. And that's why I picked up this action camera. It's basically like a cheap version of a GoPro.
Hmm.
Um, Something that I can just set on the ground and not have to worry about it getting muddy or dirty or whatever because I'm outside. That I could just set down or even set on my tripod, and I could walk down the trail or walk through this forest path and just get some good B roll footage, something that helps me tell my photography story. And
Nice.
and this is a really good one for the price. GoPro is kind of the brand name,
Hmm.
and I just I'm not at the point where I wanted to spend 300 five
Right.
hundred dollars on a whole GoPro system.
Mhm.
So I kind of went this cheaper option, but I'm very happy with it. 4K is great. I can put it on the big TV, whatever, and I can drop it, kick it, punt it, whatever, and it still functions. So that's awesome. So if I get that footage of me slipping and falling down a hillside, you'll get that in glorious 4K. So
I also
I'm
saw
happy
it
with
was
it.
waterproof.
Yeah, yeah, which I'd like to do a little bit more with if you've seen that longer exposure for water where it makes it almost look very painted or artistic. Those kinds of shots, I
Mm,
could I could get a little bit better with, having some more durable equipment. So
nice.
this is a great buy. I definitely recommend it. Um, I plan on just giving it to my kid, strapping it to his forehead, and letting him run around the house at some point too. See what
Nice.
happens.
Cool.
But this was a good stream. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we're getting back to our roots a little bit. 40 episodes in, we're switching it up again. So
Yeah,
um, I'm glad everybody showed up to kind of hang out with us a little bit. If you're listening in the future, we stream this show Tuesdays at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Feel free to join us and jump in.
for sure. Also, if you are watching or listening, thank you for watching and listening. Period. It'd be great to know that you are watching. Uh, Let us know in the any comments below what you thought about the stream, um, or also like follow us and all that jazz.
Sure, absolutely.
Right. Thanks everyone, and have a good week.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.